All right, students, someone came by today to talk to me about this assignment, the service learning reflection paper. And this was a new assignment that I put in this semester based on feedback and based on looking at my course competencies and the work that we'd done earlier. I do apologize, there was another assignment that looked like it was a double, so I've removed that. If you did end up responding to those prompts, I will accept that paper so that you don't have to do a second response. But with this one, we're doing a couple of things. We're wanting to tie together the information that we received at the beginning of the semester when we did the Who Am I activity, and when you walked around the cultural markers and decided which cultural marker was best represented in response to a couple of statements that I had for you. Like, this cultural marker has the most to do with my personal happiness, or this cultural marker I have to do the most growing in. So with this, you want to click on this website, which takes you to the National Center for Education Statistics. It's a great site for finding out information about a whole variety of things. So what you want to do is, the easiest is to type in your school name. Now I'm going to go ahead and type in Mesa Arts Academy. You see that I've just done that already. So, and that is here in Mesa, so I'm going to click that, but I'm going to take out the Southern Avenue. I'm not sure why my autofill is doing that, but I don't want the Southern Avenue information. But it is here in Arizona. So I'm just going to try these three pieces of information and click search. And look, it comes up for me. You might need to play around with this a little bit. Make sure that you have all the best information entered in. If you still run into trouble, then contact me and I could possibly help you find your school. But I'm going to click on the link to Mesa Arts Academy. And so this is what it tells me. It tells me about the name. It tells me the district name. Now, Mesa Arts Academy is a charter school. It's a public charter, and its charter holder is the Boys and Girls Club of the East Valley. Here's the mailing address and the telephone number. It is a regular school, and again over here it tells us, yes, that it is a charter school. So I'm getting down into some school details. As I look at the information from the Who Am I activity, let me see where there's some clues here that help me to answer the questions. So as you recall, there were 8 cultural markers, and here they are: race, ethnicity, social class, socioeconomic status, language use, national origin, citizenship, gender, sexual orientation, religion, belief structure, ability, and finally age. So going back here to our assignment, your job was to look at the demographics of your service learning site and describe them, and then describe the overall classroom, which cultural markers appear to be most dominant, which cultural markers does the teacher share with the students in the classroom, how does the dominant cultural marker of the teacher influence the way he or she relates in the classroom, in what ways is a teacher culturally responsive, and then what evidence do you see that gives you the impression the teacher is successful or not. So coming here to the Center for Education Statistics, let's take a quick look here and see how these are borne out. So looking here at the markers in the Mesa Arts Academy, if I come down here, we have a couple of things that are going to give us ideas about the cultural markers. Okay, so we have a Title I school and a Title I school-wide program. Yes to both of those. That tells us that these kids are low income. Title I means low income, so there are going to be some issues there. And then if we go down a little bit more, we have total students are 239. We go down here a little bit more, we see the race, ethnicity, And so the bulk of students are Hispanic students. And if we look at the total number of students, then more than half of the students are Hispanic. So that's the dominant cultural marker for the ethnicity. And we see that they're about equal in terms of male and female, so that's not too particularly difficult. So we've got free lunch eligible and reduced price eligible. We've got some notations here, and if we look down at the notes, they say that they don't have enough information to determine if it meets their quality standards. So this is where you would have to pay attention to what was going on at the school. Now, I happen to know that Mesa Arts Academy does serve a high population of kids who are in poverty, kids who are in single-parent homes. Oftentimes, those kids are living with extended family members, grandmothers, aunts, uncles, siblings, that there are kids who are attending that school who have parents who are incarcerated, meaning that they're in jail. So these are some of the things that you would talk about if you were here at Mesa Arts Academy. So you would look to see that the cultural markers of ethnicity are dominant in terms of the kids. We'll take a look at the teachers. The teacher also the same dominant ethnicity. In the case of Mesa Arts, is that teacher also Hispanic? And does the way that the teacher is Hispanic interact or influence the way that she interacts with the kids? Maybe if there are kids who have English as their primary language and the teacher is Hispanic and is able to, who is also an English, or excuse me, a Spanish speaker as her primary language or his primary language, does that impact how that teacher interacts with and is ultimately successful with that student? So these are some of the things that we're looking at. And back to your questions here. These are the questions that I want you to answer based on your data that you get from the National Center for Education Statistics and then your time in the classroom. All right, students, thank you.